So this is something that I actually saw during the week. I didn't see anyone talking about it, and I'm sure these details have already been revealed. But essentially, Microsoft has something that they call velocity architecture, and this goes into what we were talking about. So essentially, this is a series of hardware upgrades and software upgrades to the new Xbox that are going to really kind of flesh out streaming games. So that's what this is all dedicated to, streaming content. So let's go down here and I'll just kind of briefly touch over these. So the first one is a 1 terabyte NVMe SSD. So if you don't know what those are, they're just, they're kind of like SSD drives, but they're shaped more like RAM cards. So they're smaller.
So they're very thin.
Yeah, they're very thin. So apparently this one does 2.4 gigabytes of raw input and output, and it's 40 times the throughput of Xbox One. So it allows much more data transfer than the Xbox One. Hardware accelerated decompression. So they built a proprietary algorithm that allows them to send texture data approximately 100 times faster the current generation does. And they have a direct storage API, which let's see. So this allows developers to have more control over file manipulation and allows them to optimize it more. And then they have sampler feedback streaming, and it allows you to load certain portions of a MIP, which apparently reading this article is something I learned about. It's how they store like data about the environment in the game. So this results in approximately 2.5 times the effective input and output throughput of memory usage above and beyond the raw hardware capability on average. So yeah, I mean, it really looks like Microsoft is investing a lot of research and development into streaming games. I mean, that's basically what this is telling me.
But wait, so what was but those were hardware specs. Those were located in the Xbox Series X.
Yes, yeah, but it's all designed to make streaming content faster.
Gotcha.
So it all plays into the whole cloud infrastructure that they're working on right now.
I mean, at this point, what is the difference between the Series X and a PC?
Nothing. I mean, well, the first Xbox, there was no difference between an Xbox and a PC. The first Xbox was a PC. So Microsoft, I mean,
it had an 8 gigabyte hard drive. It was kind of a big difference because 8 gigabytes, you're not going to get anywhere.
No, I mean like the infrastructure of it, the way it was designed.
11 pounds.
Yeah, it was basically a PC. I mean, that's basically what it was. It was huge. Yeah. It was like this big.
No, I mean, I have it. I know.
Yeah. But yeah, you're right. There is no difference really. They're just the only difference is that the software on it, but here's the key difference I'm seeing from this next generation is that they're trying to use proprietary techniques to actually make it faster than a gaming PC that you can just go out and buy. So that's the difference that I'm seeing.
And technically cheaper.
Now,
because with the gaming PC, you're going to want a gaming monitor. You're not going to use it on your TV.
No.
These systems are made to be used on your television.
Which is a big difference.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I mean, you're not dealing anywhere near with the same refresh rates either.
Yeah, my gaming monitor has 200 hertz refresh rate.
So I guess my question is, because we've had this discussion offline, and I think this is a good time to bring it up. And I actually sent you a video from another YouTuber, Radical Reggie.
Yeah.
and he's also a collector like we are. And he was saying about how, yeah, the writing's on the wall, physical copies are going to go on the wayside, and what do you do as a collector looking forward? And we spoke about this, and I was thinking, I'm going to go to PC and just survive off of Steam sales and humble bundles and good old games, something like that.
Yeah, and
And in that regard, like it just feels like these consoles, or this next generation of consoles, especially on Xbox's end, where they don't really have uh, exclusives to speak of, and even then, those exclusives are available on PC.
mhm.
I just don't understand why not invest in a PC.
Yes, and so that'll bring us to the next piece of information I wanted to talk about,
Okay,
which basically encompasses all this. And and after this, let's really like have a discussion on where we think this is going, because I think a lot of people are wondering right now.
sounds good.